Today, we continue to work on the celica. It's old, it's not decrepit yet, but I want to freshen up the taillights. I got some undercoating that we'll end up putting on underneath it because all the salt and whatnot, we just washed it. And then got some new wheels on the front, imported them from Japan, as well as some wheels coming from Japan as well for the Z. Now we have to disassemble those, get new lips and barrels made and sent out for them as well. But they're showing up today, so I can show you guys what the Z potentially will look like. They're very small. They're 14s, which is the size that's on the Celica. So we're gonna have to build them up to at least 16, which is the OEM for 300ZXs. But for now, we're gonna get working on the taillights on the Celica, and I'll show you. They are not horrible, but they're not the prettiest either. Okay. Downsides of this being a California car is a lot of oxidation on the plastics and whatnot, mainly on the yellow part that we want to clean up. So we're gonna polish them, or at least attempt to, and kind of bring them back to life. Get this rear end, if this wants to pick it up, looking a little bit better than what it is. Then the new wheels we got in the front are these. These are Advans. These are old ass wheels. They're a little dirty from driving on the roads. They have a minor polish to them. I'll put up a picture. There's a lot more oxidation. They're a little uglier. But now they're nice and pretty. They got new paint on them and some new wheels. These are 14s. Size, it looks good on the Celica. We're also going to take out the rear spring and go back to riding a bump stop, so we won't have this rake going anymore. We'll be a bit more level, be more pimpin'. This one's a lot foggier and hazy compared to this. So we're gonna continue and start the buffing. So just some ultra cut. It's extra heavy. Just gonna put it on here. A couple dabs. Before I put it on the drum, I'm just gonna put her all around. And just wipe off. I'm gonna go a little bit more. After just one pass, you can see how much glossier it is. Then if we were to come to this side, how foggy. So we're gonna go with the fine cut, kind of clean it, make it pop a little bit more, and then we move to the other side. All right, we got both sides nice and polished. I did a little bit in the middle, so I'm gonna spray some wax sealant over them so they'll last a little bit longer. And yeah, we have nice looking taillights now. Yippee!
What's up, bro?
Hey man, you got 2 big boxes, right? Huh? You got 2 big boxes.
Actually, I got more.
You got more?
Yeah, they're a little bit open.
And they're wheels.
Yeah,
So I'm not too concerned.
you can get it if you want.
Oh, cool. All right. Customs is being an ass.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, now you have them.
Right?
Enjoy, bro.
Thank you, man.
Hey, your name again, brother?
Well, what do we have here? Like I told Customs, these have been, or tell him they've been stuck in Customs, but this is the grand reveal of the wheels, yeah, for the Z. They are Hoshino Impulse 5-spokes, which are the rare version, okay? They're a little dirty, a little messed up, but I got them for cheap, so I can't complain. They are 14s, and they are true 3 pieces, so we will be taking the faces out and converting them to 16s, but you can't tell me those don't look phenomenal. Look at those. They look way bigger on the camera. They're not. They're little boys. And I got 4 of them. Now, in no way am I sponsored by this company, but these wheels, as well as the fronts on the Celica and some other wheels I have on their way, are all from the site called Barra. Barra is like a Japanese auction site, and it connects Yahoo Auctions, Mercari, Rakuten, Japan Auctions Shopping, like all that stuff. So you can bid on stuff. You can choose to like consolidate packages and whatnot. My girl's gotten a couple figures from them, and they've been well packaged and really nice. So normally, of course, you get what you pay for. These in 15s, which of course are a little bit more desirable, often go for about $13.50, right? Expensive, but I was like, oh, these are the wheels for the Z. The Barra Z needs special wheels, right? Yeah, it's gonna cost more to convert them, but I wanted them bigger sizes anyways. So these, all 4, I got for $400. After shipping, comes out to about $650, which for wheels from Japan that took about 7 days to get here, I can't complain for fast, easy, simple shipping. Got a lot of cleaning up to do on these, but we'll get some pictures. We'll do a nice little reveal of them and what they look like on the Z. But they're finally here, and these are what we're gonna run. So here we have one wheel. We need to get some measurements for the company that I'm trying to get some lips and barrels from. This was, I believe, an earlier version or a later version, which is why there's extra bolt holes between here. The other ones only have them in the middle and at the spokes. But it was a crusty. That's fine. That's why we got them for cheap. So I had it soak overnight in PB Blaster. We got some of them out already, but I have all the nuts loosened, and we're just going to hammer them all out, pop them out the side, and try to separate this face from the barrel. Only a couple more we need to get down here. And I have the nut loosened all the way except towards the top. And that way it's just an easier force to hammer down on. And then once the nut that's kind of floating above is set onto the face, I know the bolt's moved. That one moved a little. Some of these are really crusty. That one moved. Back to this one. That one finally moved. So now we get the 10 mil back on. Zip off all these bolts. I should just be able to hammer them out a little bit more. As long as none of these get stuck in here, we're good. This is... that one needs to be held. Good. Good. Yeah, some of them are freely spinning. So, we'll get all these out. So I just need to hold the bolt in the front of the face, and then we can get these off, because right now there's no friction or force stopping them from moving. So I just need to find out which ones it is. Okay, it's been a while. I soaked these two overnight in PB Blaster and WD-40 and whatnot to loosen these bolts. I will say I found the best way to get rid of all these crusty bolts that won't come loose is you just need an angle grinder and just cut it out. I don't care about these barrels or hitting them, so once I see a mark on the barrel, then I can just break the bolt off and then push it through. I got one fully separated, and it's what I'm using to find where the weld actually is on these. This one is almost ready to go. The barrel is split. Cut it all the way down the middle, and then just hammered until it cracked all the way through. We cracked the weld. So we're going to keep grinding on this, and then just keep taking turns into smacking this to get the face out of it. Mainly focusing on hitting more on the barrel side than the face side, but there's a good chunk of weld there that we can kind of hit a little bit and always get machined down. Screwdriver so I can finish popping these guys out at least. Yeah. Cool. Move this out of the way. We have our awesome nasty bolts here. We'll be getting new barrels, new lips, new hardware. In the meantime, let's just go throw these away. And we'll start cutting the rest off. So, now what's going to happen, like I said, is we're going to just cut down the middle on each of these nuts. Because the reason we can't just put something on this side and knock it out, these are really crusty, right? So all these, I've tried, even hammering stuff in and whatnot, they just strip out. Vice grips, you know, they're receded, they don't really fit in there well. So the easiest thing that I have found after doing two of these is to just cut the backs of them. The nuts will come off and you just hammer these out. Especially these ones that are in these faces. Like if we look at this one, guys, how the hell am I gonna get that out? All right, there's nowhere to grab or anything. So that's why we'll set it here so you guys can see it just fine. And we'll put on some glasses. They're reading glasses, but you know, they're better than nothing. And we're gonna start cutting. So now that we have most of them cut, or all of them cut on this one at least, is we'll grab our hammer and then we just break off that and hit it out. I wouldn't recommend this method if you're saving your barrels. These are 14s and we're building with 16s, so these aren't usable at all. I might have to go back and cut some of these a bit more. We'll see if they can just split on their own. But I might not have gone deep enough on some of these. Some of these, I know I went deep enough, but I'm not gonna say it's easier said than done, but it is. Like this one is super crusty. See if I can even find the nut. I might have to just go a tad bit deeper in order to even think about getting this one off. I think most of these I got decently. So, I forgot to explain what we're doing here. Is I'm splitting all the barrels, except for the last one for the machine shop, just to kind of help the face wiggle out a little easier. As you saw, those bolts are crusty, so anything to kind of help it come out, you know, I'll do. So I'm just splitting the welds right now, and then we'll hammer it and get this thing loose. You should like and subscribe. Alright, we went all the way down the middle on the weld. Got a nice cut. I'm not going to worry about splitting this one just yet. But now, the annoying part about these wheels, you see along here after where it's bolted, there's a secondary weld to the back of the face for structural integrity. Just so they're really strong and sturdy wheels. They are full face ones. So, I'm going to slowly grind that away. You have to take off, honestly, a lot of material, more than I would like. But it's just what you have to do. Take these off and separate them, get the face from them. So I'm gonna start grinding these away, and I only got 2 more to do out of 4, so we're almost there. So we went through the entire outer lip. I kind of went an angle with this thicker grinder here. That way I'm damaging the barrel more than even touching the face. I'm getting new barrels, can't really get a new face. So that's what we're focused on. I'm going to smack it with the sledgehammer a little bit, see if I can crack the weld. If not, I'll do another lap just a little bit deeper to separate this face here. Ta-da! We got another one off. Another face done. Yes, we had to grind away a lot of this. Only parts of the face were barely scratched. And if you look here, you can see the material of the wheel itself and then the welding. So what we'll do is we'll grind all this away or have the machine shop grind it down to the actual original material. We have a good mating surface. It is gonna get acid dipped and all that stuff. We got one more to do, and we're good to go. Awesome. We did it. It's done. Don't have to worry about nothing. It's all separated. Ta-da! That took way longer than I wanted. But we got it.